Alright, I'll do a little post commentary for this run. It is an any percent standard campaign run, which means beat the standard campaigns as fast as possible by any means necessary, which in this case means we only select about half the levels. In the start of the run, I showed the settings for transparency, and it is the rules. We play the game at 300% speed, which means it's quite fast, and does some micromanagement which can be done, is a lot harder to do so. We also have all the hazard adjustments at 100% because altering that can make the game a lot easier or harder. There's not a lot of RNG involved in this game. Crystals are fixed, ores are fixed, monsters are fixed spawns. But what is a bit random is if rock raiders grab crystals. That one you see I manually selected, and this guy also, because even though they were next to the crystal, they ignored it and had someone else take the task. So that's probably the only random part you will see. Other than that, it's been so far straightforward maps. Grab 5 crystals. In this map, I'll do another technique which you'll see me do often. So here I change the priorities, saying don't clear rubble, don't grab ores. We have to secure walls, and now I see everyone is going. Now I delete the tool store. Because if rock raiders have nothing to do, they'll default to going back to the tool store. But if there's no tool store, they'll default in standing wherever they are. So here I made someone clear a little bit of rubble to get the ore, and then I can drop the tool store way closer to the crystals. Some rock raiders also grab the ore because, you know, I asked to build a tool store, and then more rock raiders will default to grabbing ores, but since there's no tool store, they'll keep them in their hands like, what am I supposed to do with it? And then I tell them to drop it. There'll be more maps you'll see this. This map, however, I need 10 ores. I need to get the tool store to level 3 in order to blast through the hard rock. Just by drilling those 2 spots, that just gives me barely enough. And then you'll also see that I group selected the rock raiders and keybind them to 1 by selecting them, Ctrl 1. And now whenever I press 1, I can easily select those groups. You can do group 1 to 9 for some really insane maps and management. But for speedrunning reasons, we usually keep it at 1. I know there are some maps, for example in the remaster campaign, that you use 2 or 3 groups in certain really micro-intensive maps, such as Empire Boy, a fellow runner who also does that. I don't know about TLV if he really utilizes groups. I have to see those runs actually, because the remaster campaign is quite a bit different. This campaign quite similar to the original, except a bit tweaked. You'll see that I also had some rock raiders grab guns because the first monster spawned there. And what I'm going to do is build a second tool store, which will be closer, because we have to dynamite through a couple hard rock. And you see me again messing with priorities, turning crystals off, because crystals are not necessary in this map. And ores on and off whenever I need it, because I needed 12, 1 for the pad, 10 for upgrading the tool store, and then that's about it. But for some reason Froze Frenzy a bit iffy with me when it comes to completing it. Now in this map, normally runners will grabbing What a Lot of Fun. I did as well. It was the bog standard and accept as, you know, the faster map. But I find that Arrow Works is more consistent for me. But when I choose Arrow Works, I'm also forced to take Waterworks, which is slower than Don't Panic. But the difference has gotten smaller since I have been optimizing Waterworks. And I Spy is for me also fast and split down the middle. But who knows, maybe some runners find that the difference is not enough and they are more consistent with split down the middle, Don't Panic and What a Lot of Fun. For me it's, you know, I Spy, Waterworks, Arrow Works, although I did say them in the complete opposite order. But anyways, here the same dealio as with It's a Hold Up. I'm making all the rock raiders move towards the upper part, deleted the old tool store, and focus first on ores to get the level 3 tool store, and then focus on crystals. I also delete the tool store there because sometimes the rock raiders want to go back there. And now I just need to collect some crystals. So it's Not much to say. Next one is waterworks. That one again with priorities. I turn off crystals because again I want to focus on ores. I want to get the path there ASAP to actually put a new tool store that would be closer up. That saves them walking. So there, I delete the old one. And then I can upgrade it and put a teleport pad. And then I need a power station. I need those because I want to spawn a tunnel transport so I can go over the water. Now you could go all the way around by drilling, but that's way slower when the tunnel transport can just literally just go over the water and not care. However, this is a reset heavy map because whoever goes in the tunnel transport, if he or she does not have the shovel with him or her, then it's a reset. Because I delete the tunnel transport instantly. You can even see me, I delete the power station because that's free crystals. And the mission requirement is crystals and finding those rock raiders. So here I'm looking, oh good, the run didn't die, he brought the shovel. So I can drop a power pad, drop the tool stores and have them collect the crystals. And the game also thinks like, oh, the missing rock raiders are found and they're with the base because the tool store is there. Now I Spy. So I Spy was always a tricky map until I was looking for new strats, looking for new routes, because I was like, surely I Spy can be done faster. So I found out if I have two guys with guns, you can see that they're starting to blast. And I also tell them don't grab ores, don't bother with ores, clearing fine. Now I put a power pad there and drill all the way around. That little area where I put all the orders, that has enough crystals. However, you notice on the bottom right, there were a lot of rock raiders that had the ore still in their hand. Like, what are we supposed to do with it? Because there's no tool search drop off. I just told them, drop the ore and go there. Go to the crystal area. And now they're all focusing crystals. Because again, messing with priorities can really save you time for this. Now the next one, Lava Water. That one is also quite tricky to do it right and fast. So here again, messing with priorities is just a rinse and repeat. I want the ores first. I want to have the dynamites as soon as possible. Now there's a lot of crystals, there's way more than 30. And if you actually drill all the way to the top, you'll find a cavern with a lot of crystals, but there's also a lot of monsters and it makes it inconsistent. I feel like my strategy is the most consistent, just go towards the left side, focus as much as possible towards there, because that's where the most crystals are to begin with. At least next to the big area with all the monsters, but there's no monsters in that area. I'm also drilling in very specific spots where the crystals are. Like I said, there's no RNG involved in the spawns. And also by just focusing on the left side, I kind of compact the map as much as possible so the rock raiders can't get lost and go everywhere. So here you see again, I'm telling them, drop the ore, there's two already running for the path, focus on drilling, and I get 2 tool stores because, you know, why not? Because rock raiders walk a lot faster on the paths rather than on just the ground, and rubble is of course way slower. I did lose a bit of time here, but my gold split was insane in this map. But you can see just barely about 31. Just doing as minimal as possible as required. In this map, this is actually shout out to TLV for the strategy. Using the lasers. Now you notice I deleted some buildings and also one laser. I don't need those. As long as I have a power station, and I'm also using the tool stores as paths rather than having the rock raiders build the path. And then I can do some precise shots where all the crystals are, and also the areas the lasers can't reach. I'll have rock raiders manually drill there. But for the rest, I'm just shooting and blasting away at specific spots that have crystals. And for hard rock it takes 3 shots, so that's why you see sometimes me shooting a couple times at the same spot, because it happens to be a hard rock with crystals. Once I know, okay, I've shot enough, I got enough crystals around, then I delete the laser and the power station, because that's also a free 4 crystals. Now next one, run the gauntlet. Very straightforward. This specific rock raider, he has to go to the base. Actually, it's just a tool store. So this is actually one of the only maps you can sort of relax, to be honest, because it's been so insane so far. And there's multiple routes to do this. The old route was actually going all the way around using the digger, but it was found out. I'm not sure if it was Empire Boy who was the first, but someone else, I definitely watched him to do it, by the way, was using the tunnel transport, because it can go over lava, and soon here there will be a water section. Now you could use a small driller and get into that big vehicle that's on the south side of that little lake, but chopper is fast because it just goes over it. Next map will be quite different from this one. So like I said, this one is a bit relaxing. Next one, I think it's among the hardest map to do right. You have to do things in such specific orders. And even then, you can still easily mess it up if you're not careful. So I have to secure some of the walls. I do that because that's where the monsters spawn. So by reinforcing these walls, you prevent the spawns. I also have 2 tunnel transport. I used to do 1, but I found that 2 is faster and also more consistent. I also have some rock raiders grab guns because, well, monsters will spawn eventually. I mean, eventually, I know they will because there's specific spawns. And then on an island, there's a lot of crystals. That spot where I'm drilling now the monsters will spawn. I also deleted the power station again. 3 crystals, and we need crystals. So here I was kind of worried that the monster would scare the rock raiders and drop the crystals, but they just barely didn't. And now I just deleted the whole base and all the rock raiders and have them spawn on the little island. And that's a kick-ass back to basics, by the way. Last map. Another tricky map. There's multiple strategies. You can do what Empire Boy does, using small drills to get across. I do a dynamite and put a path there, so I have 3 people that will run. And then I need to make sure I have at least 10 ores. And then eventually I have all of them grab guns and also delete my base, so all the monsters will just, they'll get in and they're like, there's not much to do, we'll go back. And over here, once the path's built, I get it to level 3 and then a dynamite, and then the other 2 I tell them to grab shovels because I need ores soon. And here I was actually really afraid I would lose the run there, that's dodgy. So once that, I delete the tool store so they don't go back. And then I have the alarm still on because I tell them to grab ores, but I don't want all the rock raiders go back home and and mess it up for me and having all the monsters spawn. But there you go. You'll hear my reaction once this run is done. I hope you enjoyed it. Holy shit. Jesus. What a run. Oh my god. Oh, that in-game time. I was quiet the entire time. I had the mic muted. I had to fully focus because I have been resetting for so many times to get a run like that. Oh. Jesus. That in-game time, 35:26. Let me show you the settings again, as I did in the beginning of the map, or of the run, even though I didn't speak. Oh. That is something. I'm done with this category. I have been grinding for days and like resetting for, I think, a solid 100 times to execute everything that like this. Oh, I'm shaking, genuinely shaking. I probably will do a commentary version because I saw there was some requests, so maybe I'll do a commentary over this world record run, or maybe I'll do a separate. But yeah. I'm out of words for this run. Oh, man. Thank you guys for watching.